Today I'm going to talk about pain. So, as you know, I've been working on Pixo Cities, and even though I'm not going to talk about Pixo Cities, I'm just going to talk about it briefly as it eventually runs. And we can all share the kind of pain moment together. So Pixo Cities is getting a redesign, and it has this kind of traffic system that I've been working on. Look, there goes a Humvee. There goes a bus. So, this car's going faster than the bus, and it's going to slow down because the bus is stopping to let people off. All the cars are going different speeds. There's like an actual little traffic system and a traffic jam and all that kind of stuff. That should be easy. Well, not that easy, but it'd be quite easy. And I think that took me about 8 hours. It's just so simple, and it's just messing around trying to organize the code correctly and all that kind of stuff. Just took ages. And that is the most tedious thing, when you just get stuck on something and you make zero progress in any direction. Which brings me to the mighty prison planet. So I've got to figure out how many hours I've worked on this since the last video that I made, but it's quite a few. And you would think, look at that, we've got spaceships flying past, we've got a logo, we've got a frame rate too, which we'll talk more about in a bit. So I was working on the tutorial, which is still as it was. Sorry, I have to skip through it. Okay, this is a great bit about the tutorial. I can kind of finish it without actually going through it properly. Cindy redrew the graphics today. What a wonderful thing. So little characters bounce around and the walls look way nicer. So it's actually kind of getting pretty. Bits of it are getting pretty. The kind of planet surface, maybe not so much. I drew that, so that might get replaced. So your new prisoners are now in lockdown, right? Oh look, I'm not supposed to click on that person. Oh no. So it's going to teach me more. Your inmates, blah 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 blah. Build a thing. So if in theory, if I click in the middle, it will automatically lock the item. But it missed, even though I've done some code to make sure it doesn't miss. So that's a nice bug. Can't wait to fix that one. So yay, and then I built a thing. Then it teaches you, this is my complete cop-out, because I'm so fed up with it in the tutorial. It says, remember, get people from here. And prisoners earn money, which you can spend enlarging your prison here. And you click it, it doesn't do anything. You can also upgrade your drone and buy more things here. We never teach them how to use that, we just stick it there. Just try to make the greatest prison you can. And if you forget anything, go and read the Warden's Handbook found here. Okay, that's me being very lazy. So instead of doing a proper tutorial, I made a readme. And I haven't even filled it in. There you go, so there's text to read. Isn't that amazing? To teach you how to play the game, because I'm too lazy to actually put enough tutorials in. So that thing took me about 8 hours, and if you remember the thing I was working on last, it was this amazing experience of building. And I said, there's a few bugs, but we'll get there. Well, guess what? It took me another 5 hours or something? I don't know, it just took ages. So I think it took like 15 hours to do this stupid thing where I wrap the edge of the buildings. And that, if someone said to you, how long is that going to take? Or someone had asked me, I'd have never said it was going to take me that long. I just thought it was easy. And I've written it before 3 times. And I've never struggled with it so much. And that's one of the things that's super annoying. You kind of do these things and you think it's easy, and then you've invested 3 hours in it and you're like, that's too long, but I've done 3 hours, so I'm gonna finish it. And 3 hours later you're like, now I've done 6 hours, I'm really gonna finish it, and so on. Anyway, so it's kind of, at least, we're seeing some nice graphics. This is something Cindy drew, not grew. She doesn't grow graphics inside a jar. So yeah, today Cindy spent about 8 hours on the game drawing things, which is why it's starting to look nicer. And we also made an iOS build. Let's have a look at that. So I'm going to hold this up. I don't know, maybe I can make it full screen. Let's see if I can do that. Camera, look at that. Can you see the frame rate? Oh, look at that. Oh, it's super bad. So I think I always kind of hoped that it would be fine once I put it on an iPad, and that's an iPad Pro, and it's really not fine. So I think we're drawing something hilarious like, let's see, It's well, there you go. That was a number because I 192 times 192. So we're doing 36,864 draw calls for each of the tiles on the map. So yeah, that's quite a lot. I'm not doing any culling because I'm lazy. But I also wanted to add a photo mode where the camera pulls out and shows you a whole map. I could make the map smaller, but I kind of think that's the fun of the game, that you've got this massive gargantuan thing to build. But I've still got so much stuff to do. It's such a mess still. I really hope that I'd be sort of closing in on the end, but really not. And the game's not even balanced. So yeah, in general though, I'm happy. You know, it's still one of the quicker games that we've made so far, but I haven't finished it yet. So let's see how bad things get between here and the end.